Hi folks, I'm Doug Hensley, President of Hertz Real Estate Services, and I'm coming to you today with our April 2022 Farmland Market update. The Midwestern land market has continued to kick out really incredible sale results over the past month, with several sales approaching and actually surpassing $20,000 per acre. The 20,000 figure doesn't define the current market necessarily everywhere, but similar to when we first saw $10,000 an acre land a decade ago, it's definitely a noteworthy level. And across the past month or so, we have continued to see what I think is a gathering strength in the Midwestern market. Part of the gathering strength, as I call it, is related to timing, in that most of the sales that have occurred in the past month have involved farms that could be purchased and farmed somewhat immediately for the 2022 crop year. So there has been an enhanced sense of urgency for many of these early spring sales from a buyer's perspective, and for good reason. New crop commodity prices for corn have increased to over $6.50 a bushel for the December contract on the Chicago Board of Trade, and if we're talking about soybeans, the November contract on the Board of Trade has approached $15 a bushel. When you consider that these price levels for both corn and soybeans are basically double where we were 2 years ago, the opportunity for profit this year is real. And again, the urgency to acquire land to operate profitably is also real from a buyer's perspective. Certainly input prices are also high. They're higher than they were 2 years ago, but know that high commodity prices are continuing to play an outsized role in the land market. In addition, for anyone buying land with any amount of debt financing, borrowing money now versus later is a top of mind topic. I think that's because the U.S. Federal Reserve did raise short-term interest rates at their mid-March meeting by a quarter point, and they further signaled that they may be doing so, raising rates that is, another 5 or 6 times during the 2022 calendar year. What I hear from that is signaling that interest rates may be as much as 1.5 or 2% higher a year from now than what they are today, and I think that's influencing people to lock in long-term rates as they can today versus waiting. Remember, land is a really long-term decision and investment, and a 2% difference in interest rates can have huge implications on the total amount of interest that may be paid over the life of a loan. At some point, no doubt, higher interest rates in the higher rate environment is expected to pressure land values, but it's likely to be many months before we see that play out in any real or meaningful way. Finally, the last thing I wanted to talk about today, like everyone in the U.S. and around the world, participants in the farmland market are watching this horrific situation in the Ukraine. The human toll has been really significant. There's been millions of displaced people. It's incredibly sad to see. And just, I don't think we know the impact of that longer term. Economically speaking, we have also seen how several simultaneous geopolitical situations are impacting the current inflationary environment in our daily life. A gallon of gas or a loaf of bread and most other products that we use regularly are more expensive today than they were a year ago, definitely, or even 90 days ago in some cases. Part of that, I think, is related to supply chain matters. Part of that is from U.S. monetary policy, and part of that is just an unstable world like that, what we see coming out of Ukraine. In past inflationary environments, farmland has performed really well as an asset class, and it's worth noting that we are seeing land buyers reference a historic stability of land as a meaningful factor in their purchase and investment decisions. And I think this topic is influencing both farmers and investors alike. Without question, we're in a really complicated time in our world. Here at Hertz, we do all we can and want to provide helpful commentary to you that can help you sort through it all. So as always, if you want to talk about your farm or your specific situation, please feel free to reach out to us anytime at 800-593-LAND. That's 800-593-5263. Or you can jump on our website at hertz.ag and communicate with us there. We're here to help you in any way we can. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.